My name's Elizabeth Swilp, and I'm doing my presentation on mental disorders in adolescence and young adulthood. Here are some things that I'd like to cover in my presentation today. As an introduction, those in youth are faced with major roadblocks that involve physical, emotional, and social changes. Adolescents must overcome the transition from childhood to teenhood. However, this period is stressful because it's not always a smooth transition. Of a similar token, there is the transition from late adolescence and a young adulthood. One is neither an adolescent nor a young adult, but a fledgling caught in between a declining desire to be dependent and a lack of ability to be fully independent. Thus, one's mental health takes its toll because of a series of factors that include more work, a focus on the social life, and not knowing how to navigate it all, which exacerbates anxieties and a poor initial self-esteem and creates the perfect breeding ground for the development of mental illnesses such as depression or eating disorders. The incidence of mental illness across all age demographics is quite high. As a global issue, more than 1 in 10 people have a mental disorder, from depression to anxiety to schizophrenia, according to a study spanning from 2017 to 2019. Yet the numbers are even larger than this because data gets swept under the rug where incomes are lower, living conditions are poorer, and attention isn't focused on the diagnosis and treatment for mental disorders. Here are some facts about the younger generations from the World Health Organization. 1 in 7 individuals between 10 and 19 years old experience a mental disorder, usually depression, anxiety, or a behavioral disorder. When individuals reach young adulthood, suicide becomes the 4th leading cause of death in those between 15 and 29 years old. Mental disorders are not something that pass and go in the moment either. They have major consequences for the future. For those who do not address their mental health in adolescence or young adulthood, there will be negative consequences that can persist for the rest of their lives and limit their opportunities to lead fulfilling lives past their youth. For instance, school functions can become miserable to attend, family gatherings can become a thing of the past, and relationships can fall apart, including the one you have with yourself. It's important to take preventative measures against mental disorders to develop healthy social and emotional habits in adolescence, as well as have a healthy sleep, exercise, and dieting regime. A protective and supportive environment within the family and school also aids in emotion regulation, enhances alternatives to risky behaviors, builds resiliency against tough situations, and promotes a positive social environment, which is very important because social media and the social hierarchy are incredibly influential on how one views themselves. In the end, adolescents and young adults may still experience a mental health condition. However, there are keys to managing the illness. First and foremost, institutionalization and over-medication does not solve the problem, because it isn't something that can be swept under the rug with pills. There should be a focus on non-pharmacological approaches such as therapy, meditation, and gentle exercises to be mindful of your health. Thank you for watching, and here are the sources that I've used for my presentation.